Alright. Let's get into the last bit of the game. Alrighty. Woo! Sorry, I had to use the restroom and also get some water because my throat was giving up on me a little bit. Alright. Let's get into it. We're gonna... Oh god, I lowered the volume like crazy. What the fudge? There we go. Excuse me about that. Let me actually... I want to up the volume a little bit more, but... There we go. Like that, maybe. Okay, I want to up the volume a little bit just to let you guys hear the game audio rather than just my voice sometimes. Mimir. I love how Mimir is like just scared the fact that... Let me actually see if we can we go back down? No, we can't go back down. We cannot even run back down either. We can only walk apparently. So, are we starting from the bottom of the staircase up to the summit? Or is it just, like, something else? I am still worried, though, because Odin and Thor hasn't shown their faces yet. And I feel like those two are, like... Either they're saving Thor and Odin for a little bit later in the different game, or they're just gonna, like... do something crazy with them here and, like, make us fight again. Okay, there we go. I was like not certain of what the hell's going on.
Look! We're on the giant's fingers. I can see the highest peak ahead. Right over there.
Are we on the finger, really?
We did it.
Not yet.
We did?
But we didn't. We didn't get there yet. But this is crazy far up, I think.
What are you doing?
Unwrapping his hand again?
I have nothing more to hide.
What? What does that mean? What do you mean you have nothing more to hide? Oh, his hands were burned by the Blades of Chaos.
Can we go now? We're so close.
Yeah, I know. We're not done yet, Kratos.
Boy.
The ashes? Do it. Hold it. I think that he's not gonna continue forward. I think the wife wanted the kid only to do the thing, not Kratos. I don't know yet, but we'll see. Wait. Okay, I want to make sure I'm not missing anything over here, so that was just a that was a double check if there's a chest nearby for some reason.
Boy.
It's nothing. I just thought I'd hear voices by now.
Holy crap, this place is really wondrous. It's very different though, too. Are there really giants in this?
Anybody here?
Why is there nobody in here? That's the strange part. I'm very scared. Because there's no, like, giant or anything of the sorts. Why is that? Oh, there's a...
Why carve all these faces?
What if this is all of the giants that got out of Midgard alive? Not really many at all.
Maybe because Odin has killed most of them already.
Odin and Thor, ruining everything for everybody.
I'm scared. I'm very scared now. I'm very worried that this is not the end of the whole journey. It's just the beginning of a new one. Lore? Really? Lore in the middle of nowhere? The dream of Midgard. Midgard was a dream of what could be if we shared and collaborated. Oh. Okay. Pause and read that, of course, or if you're watching it on video, if you're watching on stream, sorry. I had to close it up quickly because I wanted to see other things first.
Huh. Who's the Guardian?
That's a lot of passages. Like, I'm actually seeing a lot of letters now. That's why there's lore, because there's a lot of lore pieces here. Or lore murals, I guess I would call it. The Guardian returns. Let me read the old one again. Odin and his tribe were barred from our realm, but it was not enough. The wrath of Thor and his terrible hammer had thinned out our number in Midgard to the brink of ruin. There is no option but to withdraw, while yet any live to do so. Odin and Thor have killed all the giants if they could, and they got away with everything. Until then, we await a better world, one without fear, without greed, without war. We wait for deliverance and justice. We wait for a champion. We will wait for a word that gods grow good. Hope that world gets here soon. Apparently not really soon enough, sadly enough, I feel like.
I should feel them, but I don't. This place is dead. What happened to them? Why'd Mom send us here?
One question is answered, and two more take its place.
Yep. Okay, I did lag a little bit earlier. It's kind of weird, though. Something going on here? There's a cutscene now, so got nothing more. Oh!
Wait!
Oops.
Father! Something's happening.
I love how he had accidentally touched it. Imagine the gods knew, or, not the gods, but imagine the Jotunheim people knew that the person who's going to...
It's Mother.
Yep.
Look. She's arguing with a bunch of giants.
She will find the champion, it seems like.
New giants?
Yep. She was tasked to find the people who would champion
That's
the
us.
fight.
The first time we met the world serpent. But how?
They knew it was coming, so...
And our fight with Baldur. But that just happened. Wait. They knew everything that was going to happen.
Yep.
The dragon in the mountain. The stone mason. All these drawings. This is our story.
No. This is your story.
Oh!
But what does it all mean?
It's your story.
That I was not the only parent with secrets.
The mother also had secrets. That's really awesome that the mother had secrets. But I kind of knew it. I kind of felt like there was secrets behind the mother.
A giant.
That's why Atreus was able to be very smart and read
A
things.
giant.
But if he's a giant, why isn't he
Why didn't she tell us?
She sent us here, knowing we would find this.
Yeah.
But why not just tell us the truth?
Your mother would have had good reasons.
True. She's very kind-hearted in that
Baldur
reason.
was never sent to find me.
He was sent to
He was
bring her
tracking
here.
her all along, not knowing she was only ashes.
Oh.
If she had a plan for us, I trust it.
But we need to see what the
Whatever it
last
is.
part.
Besides,
Remove
she
the
hasn't
cloth.
been wrong yet.
Remove the cloth. There's a cloth blocking
Come on.
one part.
We're so close to the end now.
There's one more cloth.
Yes.
What is... Pull it, pull it, pull it.
Yes, we are.
Oh no! What? Kratos is gonna die and he's gonna absorb his abilities? Oh no! We see the... Oh no! I'm getting goosebumps! We're gonna see the future! We already saw the future right there! So Kratos is gonna die, isn't it? Oh no, I can't see it no more. Damn it. I hate you so much. So a piece of the rock is being created here. Like, right here, it's gonna start being made. And it looks like Atreus is gonna grow up to house, or not house, but like to sort of take care of the dogs or the wolves. It looks like he's gonna be raising 3 little wolves to help him
Look,
guide him, I guess.
it's Mother's. She was here. She saw every step we took before we took it. Like she was always with us.
I mean,
Watching over us, leading us home. Let's finish it.
So they wanted to make Atreus a champion in the game, I'm guessing. Like, they said that they were looking for a champion, the person who would eventually take over the mantle of bringing peace to this world. So I'm guessing they're using Atreus as a way to show that passing on the mantle would be the only way to continue this legacy of story for Kratos, I guess. So Kratos kind of see it coming, where Atreus is going to take over our soul, or our ability to fight like we do. And maybe even bring it easily in. Well, let's see. Let's see what happens then. I don't know what to expect, honestly. All I know is that we'll be dead. Kratos is going to be dead. And Atreus is going to continue on without us.
Father?
You do it.
No. We do it together,
Oh.
son.
Just go at it. Spread it. It's interesting how her ashes are becoming a little bit golden. Yeah, a bit of her ash is golden, apparently. Interesting. It's like sand rather than ashes. I think all the giants knew when they will end, in a weird way. Like, eventually they'll grow up to know their fate of whatever it is, it seems like. So magical, those two, at the same time. It's really magical, so it's really cool. Alright, let me lower the volume a little bit here, just because of music right here.
Goodbye, Faye.
I love you, Mom.
Aww.
Giants. They really are all gone.
They are, probably.
There's nothing for us here.
Yeah, sadly enough.
Come.
Alright, I upped the volume a little bit more just in case. Because I want to make sure that...
So, I get that Mother was a giant. Which makes me part giant and part god.
And part mortal.
Mortal?
I guess there's just one thing I don't understand.
What do I do now?
My name on the wall. The giants called me... Loki?
Loki? What? No!
Loki.
Oh no, Loki's from Helheim.
That's the name your mother wanted for you when you were born. She must have called you that to her people.
Oh god.
But why?
Don't tell me...
For another day.
Oh no.
Let us go home.
No, 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 no. That's not good, though. That's not good. Why the hell did he... Why did the mother want to call him Loki? No, Loki's not a good thing. Last wish trophy earned, but...
Guess it all makes sense now. Why she want to end up here? Be with her
Oh, it's actually the end of the game.
But
What?
Did she know it was going to be like this here? Is this what she wanted us to see? Did she want us to tell the people? Or keep it a secret?
I do not know.
So what should we do?
I trust you to decide that.
Oh,
So, I'm
So,
guessing the rest of the
why
tale
do
will
you wanna
be...
name me Atreus? I know it can't be for a god.
No. He was a soldier. A Spartan.
Oh.
Warrior?
All Spartans are great warriors. We trained from birth. Our lives were discipline, duty, battle, and death. Life was grim, and we greeted it grimly.
Interesting.
But Atreus of Sparta was unlike the rest of us. He wore a smile even in the worst of times. He was happy. He inspired us to hope that though we were machines of war, yet there was humanity in us. Goodness. When the day came for him to lay down his life in battle, his sacrifice saved countless others and turned the tide in our favor. I carried him home on his shield and buried him with all the honors of Spartan custom. His memory was a comfort in dark times.
Wow,
You actually told a good story. You missed it.
Damn it. I love this credits though. I love the credits when it comes down to you playing a game while it actually runs the credit line. That's what I like a lot about games that have these kind of credits, where they keep showing you the credits even though you're like playing the game in the middle of it all. Alright, here we go. Yeah, this is the weird transition always for me. I don't know if it was loading or if it's like waiting for me to move forward to kind of tell me that. But yeah, I love transitions where, or I love the credits where, like, when you're playing a game, you can move and see that at the same time.
I bet there's still some corrupted Valkyries out there that could be set free.
I got one more to do.
Some other help people. Maybe helping people was part of why Mom sent us out here, too.
Probably.
I mean, what would Atreus of Sparta do?
And what would Loki do?
Ooh, what? Why?
That's a weird name. I'm glad we went with yours.
But why Loki, though? Because Loki's, isn't he kind of like the guy who takes care of Helheim and tricks people into doing dumb things?
Lads,
Something
am I
wrong.
glad to see you.
Where's
I've
Brock?
reached my limit for dwarven charm.
What happened, Mimir?
Yeah.
They took an uncomfortable number of measurements and then proceeded to bicker about the weather.
Where do you want
Oh.
us to take you?
How about the warm confines of anywhere bloody else?
So he's just gonna follow us throughout the whole rest of the journey home, I'm guessing. I swear I know. Continue exploring. Complete Dwarven favors, done. Free dragons, done. Travel to Muspelheim and Niflheim, done. Not done with them, like as in like going into them and finishing them. Find new items in the shop to get powerful equipment, and that will allow you to defeat all legendary corrupted Valkyries. I already beat it, like, beaten 8 out of 9 Valkyries already. I just need one more. New Game Plus allows you to start a new game while maintaining your equipment, XP, hack silver, purchase items. New Game Plus can be accessed anytime through the game's options menu. Okay, I guess. Wait, that's it? I guess? Let's go to the tree. I don't know. I feel like there was more, I felt like. I felt like there would be a little bit more somehow. Why do I feel like there should have been more? I just feel like it's weird. It's just like... Because we're not done with certain
Before
things.
we return
obviously.
to Midgard, I should warn you. More time has passed than you likely realise. The snowfall that began when you slew Balder has become something else.
Wait, what?
Stuff of omens.
Omens for the coming of winter.
Not just any winter, but a great winter to span 3 summers. And when it's done, Ragnarok.
Ragnarok. From snow.
Aye, snow. Lots more snow. And then the end of the bloody world. In that approximate order.
Another prophecy.
No, brother. Prophecy doesn't expect this for 100 more winters at least. You've changed something. Prophecy didn't count on you.
Interesting. Because we don't belong in this. We're not belonging in the legends of the myth here.
I'm telling you, it's Fimbulwinter. I can feel it in my scrotum. This is the big one.
Stop saying that.
Screwed him.
Oh, you're making me very nervous. It was bound to snow sooner or later.
That ain't just snow, and you know it. It's the end times.
How dare you make me the voice of reason?
Guys,
Just discussing the weather. Bit
Yeah,
of a
because-
cold snap lately.
What he means is, Fimbulwinter's upon us, boys. The winter to end all winters. I can feel it in my scrotum.
Yeah. We heard.
So, if you're heading home, try to keep moving. And also, to not die.
Or if you're not heading home, same advice. Let's sort you out.
Alright, let me see what do you guys have. Yeah, apparently they got some runic stuff that I didn't buy, apparently. Ooh, that's a lot of attacks in one. Obviously, this one is, like, the weird one. Not bad. Resources. Hardened. Oh, finally they freaking sell us hardened stuff. Jeez, it took forever for them to kind of give me that. Alright, let's see what other stuff we can sell. I don't think we can sell anything, really. Nothing much yet. And we can't upgrade anything because we don't have enough hack silvers. Alright, we still got one more Valkyrie still, but Let's see what it really looks like, though, because they said that it changed a lot when we were gone. Oh, yeah, there's a lot of water. And snow. Wow, things have changed. This is really interesting. Okay, let me go and... Let's go and fast travel to Freya's house, I guess. Let me try Freya's first, because I wonder what... I want to know if she has any talking points for us to listen to. I'm kind of curious about that still. Might as well, though. Alright, let's go and get to Freya's place. I'm pretty sure she doesn't want us here, but... I mean, why not try and give her a visit and see what she thinks about us? I mean, she does hate us, so... I mean, even Mimir said that she might forgive us given time, but... Given the time, but, like... For now, I do wonder if she'll be there and, like, she will probably add some stuff. Maybe she might even hit us with something. Like, she might hit us with, like, danger. I don't know. We'll see what Freya has to do, and then if not, then I'll just head home. Like, we'll just probably walk home, or fast travel home first. Because I think there might be an ending to going back home, I think. I might be wrong, though. I may be wrong. Alright, here we go. There it is. Running to it. Running. Running. Yeah, because I thought there was more to it. I forget what it was, but... I thought there would be more to the secret stuff or something like that. Like the, or not the secret stuff, the game's, like, storyline. Because I feel like there's a bit more storyline that we're missing. But, ultimately, I think that, yeah, if they ever created another God of War game, we're gonna most likely see the end of Kratos or the beginning of and the beginning of Atreus. Instead of, yeah, I mean, I don't know. We'll see what happens, because we don't know if Kratos is going to continue onwards into a new, like, section of his life, but ultimately I feel like Kratos has been through too much now at this point, and it's probably to the point where he'll probably be, like, gone from this world eventually. Like, he'll eventually be gone.
Is it a good idea coming back here?
She's probably in there planning your demise, brother.
Or bringing Baldur back to life?
Could be that
She
too.
did you, Mimir.
Oh, I'm not alive, lad. I'm reanimated, sure. But make no mistake, I'm still quite dead.
There's a
I'll
lot
never
of...
be what I once was. She won't want this for her son. Trust me.
That's a relief. Not
That's
the
a-
part about you being dead, but, you know.
That's a lot of spider webs. It means that she's probably not occupying this house anymore, it looks like. Yeah, she's no longer opening the door. So maybe if there is a new game of God of War, for sure we're going to be seeing Freya trying to kill us. And we'll probably have Odin and Thor coming after us as well. And it will probably be another big fight of some sort. And I really will hate it, but I mean, it's the truth of how things are probably in this game. Where we're forced to see certain things happen, I guess. Alright, well. So there was a little talking point about not visiting her too early here. At the same time, she might be thinking about our demise, so that could be the case of there. Alright, let's go back down. Not a waste overall, but still a waste of time to come over here and just assume that there'd be something new out of her. Alright, so gonna fast travel back home, see what happens when we head back home. I don't know. I feel like there's something I'm missing. I don't know what I'm missing, though. I feel like I'm missing something to the point where I can't, like, get to certain things, I guess. I'm just worried because I don't know. Oh, wait, it's not here. I thought that was our stop. I'm just super worried that, like, we haven't gotten the things we want to get from this. I don't know what the cutscene would be. Like, I feel like, because I saw the preview of some people... or I saw the preview of somebody playing the game and they were like... There was like something, like I saw a cutscene of, but I'm not sure yet. Alright, where's our home? No, not Vathirgard. Home, there you are. Home we go. Going home. Alright, let's head home. Alright, let's head home, and then if there's anything that pops up, great. If nothing, then damn it. But I'm guessing we have to head home, I'm guessing. Yeah, I'm just very suspicious of the fact that there's something I'm missing and I forget what it was. Or how to get to it, I guess. Because there was a cutscene I remember seeing in a video when I was looking to see how far it was from the game's end, but I wasn't too certain on what it was. Because I thought it would like come up when we were traveling to places, but right there. Yeah, because I thought it was when we were traveling to places
We're
that
finally home. Feels like a lifetime ago.
Bit drafty, maybe. It's a right improvement over having tree bark in your tadger.
Is this the doorway, I'm guessing? Yeah. See what's in here.
Time to rest.
I'm gonna sleep through winter.
Okay, I guess. I didn't think you would sleep through winter. Alright.
Okay, this'll do.
Sleep.
Way ahead of you.
Sleep. Years later, excuse me? Whoa, what? There it is, there it is. See, that's what the cutscene I was thinking about seeing, but... This is probably Ragnarok or Thor. This is definitely Thor, I feel like. Hello, buddy. Thor! It's Thor! I just love that we were forced to sleep in order to see what the hell's coming up later on. Alright, that's the end of the game, basically. That's an actual end of the game. That's the actual ending. Because I knew Thor and Odin would have been, like, actually eventually coming after us eventually, but it's just that they haven't shown up their faces yet. Alright, so let me lower the volume a little bit. Because technically this is the credits line, the actual credit line. The other one was the miniature credits line. To those who haven't actually, for those who thought that that was an actual ending, I bet. I wasn't actually thinking that they actually had an actual legit credits line. I was like, oh, this is the end of the credits. All right, cool. We don't have to see too much of the credits. But nope, there was more. There was actually just hidden in the fact that we need to head back home to see the last, the actual last cutscene in the game. All right, so I'm not gonna end the stream yet. There is a few more things I want to do before I actually end the stream here. I want to go back to Muspelheim to do the trials to gain some stuff, and I do want to also go to Niflheim to gain some stuff as well. But I want to go to Muspelheim first and run through the last trials if there is any, like however much there is left. I want to try to do. Same for Niflheim. Niflheim, I'm going to try to get a little bit of stuff, like maybe the Hacksovers a lot more, because usually you can get Hacksovers a lot more in there than every other place. So it's better to go there instead of like just Muspelheim alone, I think. Yeah, so this is it for God of War. What do I think about God of War? I mentioned this before earlier with another viewer from a previous stream when we were unlocking the locks of the Jotunheim gate or the upside down room kind of thing. But in general, I really loved this game so far because of how the overall picture of the game has been seen. Like the overall picture of this game has been really cool. Like I didn't expect myself to see levels be turned from a very simplistic looking like lake looking thing to more under the water kind of thing. I didn't expect that. I really love that the levels changed as we go. I like the whole action sequences and all that jazz, although it was a bit confusing because some of them were QuickTime events kind of related, and some of them just felt kind of meaningless when when literally what was it, Baldur was like unkillable and he healed up all his health. I was just like, why do I even bother to fight this guy? It's like, it's eventually I'm gonna have to do something, right? So it was funny because coincidentally the mistletoe had to be that particular arrow that that Kratos had to put onto the bow and arrow stuff that Atreus was wearing. But still, we know what's gonna expect to happen. We know what's expected to happen for Atreus later on when he gets a little older. or into the next game. But the next game's definitely coming around the corner, I feel like, because this game seems like there's a bit more to it. But what would be the next theme, which is the problem? Because in this theme, it's like child and father kind of thing. Like, it's like teaching a lesson to parenting and stuff like that. The theming is how a parent's past shouldn't influence the future of your offsprings and stuff like that. Like, it has that theming in mind, and so it's really cool that they brought that in to sort of facilitate that kind of idea for Kratos, and that it isn't the same Kratos as in like the one that's kind of like thinking about how. I'll lower it a bit more because it's a bit too loud, a little bit for you guys probably, or I want to make it sure it's like very low. But in general, it's like it taught me a lot about ideas of like how parenting it's difficult as a god as well too, because it's something I didn't really think would be the case with most things because of how they have to like come up with the idea that I'm trying to think. It's hard for me to think because I'm like coming up with it at the spot here. I mean, I might have a different thought later on, obviously, but for now, I'm just spewing out whatever I think is across the top of my head, like the thing. I understand why this game is like for sure Game of the Year for 2018. Like, I understand why it gained a lot of awards because there were so much themes that worked out, and this game was super challenging, honestly. This game is super challenging. I really didn't think this game would have been like that challenging because seeing how the old God of War, it felt like a lot of hack and slash. This also does have a bit of hack and slash in a bit of it. But then the RPG elements mattered the most pretty much at that point, like at this point, because previously there wasn't a lot of like statistical, like, oh, we need to worry about the stats of cooldown. We got to worry about the stats of strength, defense, runic. But in this game, it matters, and it matters how much level you are at, or else you won't be able to beat the game easily, or you can't fight Valkyries very easily and stuff like that. So it's really interesting to see that that's the case of whatever happens. Also, I feel like when Ragnarok happens, some people will probably return. My assumption is that much because these gods can't be killed. These gods can die, but they can't fully die. I think is what I think. Because Ragnarok probably might be able to bring them back. Might. There's a big might, but I highly doubt it, though. Because I feel like once gods are dead, they're dead. They're, like, forever dead. They cannot come back. But I don't know. That's just my thought in how I see it so far. But it would mean that it's a little bit of reusing of some of the characters, and some of the characters end up not fighting you anymore. They'll just end up, like, staying away from you or something like that. Could be that, but I highly doubt it. Ultimately, I feel like this game also had a lot of great like mechanics and stuff like that. They had the Blades of Chaos that came back, but they weren't like the Blades of Chaos didn't act like they were like similar to the old God of War game, but they did have the same fantastical flaming chains where they just do the crazy like spin around and movements and stuff like that. It's really cool to see them come back and make a comeback that strong that they were, and giving them like a bit of specialties with them is really cool too, I think. And some of them probably were like throwbacks to some of the older moves that players probably seen in the olden times of God of War. And I mean, a lot of people did say that this God of War is a scam because they couldn't find themselves using a Blades of Chaos anymore, but in actuality it came in pretty late apparently. And it's really fantastic that was the case of the game, I think. Yeah, that's why I felt like that's why I felt that it was really interesting to see the Blades of Chaos come in really late into the game, but still gave us a lot of like potential to surviving a lot of other fights later on, because I thought the axe was the only weapon we got, but I'm glad that they hid most of the other stuff. Oh, Matthew Mercer's a voice in here. I didn't even see that. And Troy Baker and Nolan Moore. Wait, what? There were actual people who were voiced by those two guys? What? This is crazy. I didn't know there was more people than I expected. Apparently there's more voices that I anticipated there was being. I guess I never really noticed them, I guess. There's a few that I don't notice, I guess, because it's hard to really realize them yet. But anyways, yeah, it just sucks that people assume that right on the surface, that's the only thing they see. But ultimately, playing it and trying it out, I think, is the best way to sort of get to the meat of the game itself, and that's what I really love about this game so far. It's that at the front face value, it just looks like another God of War. Like, it's just like, it's just Kratos and just kind of just the kid. The memes of boys, it's really nice memes. It's all fun and games. But then ultimately, when you go in it, you get like a tug of war of emotions. Like, things are just clashing at each other. It's so freaking funny, because it's like, I never knew that I was gonna get tugged by, like, I didn't know I would be so emotionally invested in Atreus. I'd be like, boy, stop being a dumbass and start thinking about holding back your rage, boy. It's like, I need to, like, hold back in the value of things there. It was really funny, but it's really lovely that they were able to invoke certain emotions and stuff like that. And I did watch the Raising Kratos as, like, the documentary of the whole development of the game, and I really love the fact that they were able to show that kind of, like, emotion through the actors. Like, the actors for Kratos was really, like, different from the old Kratos, of course, and it's like, it was a bit more emotional versus, like, just pure rage, rather. Like, it's not pure rage this time, it's actually emotional. It's a learning lesson, and it's a learning lesson to the actor, which was great, and I really like that. And then also the fact that Atreus was also probably learning a lot from it too as well, so it was really cool about that. That was a lot of cool things about that, I think, in this game. Artistically, everything was really cool too. Like, the level design and everything was really cool. How they had different textures and unique environmental design and stuff like that. It was really cool too. I really love that about this game so far. So it was really cool that was the case that way. Now we're going into the big one. The Sony Interactive Entertainment is the last big one. Wait, what? It's just the president? Oh, I see. Worldwide Studios. Okay, I see. Because there's one that's actually to the top of the top. And then ones that are just studios to just certain studios. That's funny. But yeah, anyways, in general, I'm looking forward to seeing whatever God of War has to be brought into for the next game. I'm glad they didn't put any DLCs, though, as well, too, because there's no additional storyline stuff. If they wanted to close it out, I think they could have if they put it into a DLC, but I don't want to see that. I don't want to see a game like this having just enough content to last me a couple of weeks to just be like, I have DLC and then I'm going to play it. I'm like, no, I don't want that. I do not want that. It's just a bit too annoying for me, because I'm just like, I don't want more content after this whole journey of, like, raising your kid, bringing the wife to the top of the highest peak, and then releasing her ashes there and stuff like that. It just sucks overall if that's the case of what happens then. But I love the surprise at the end. Thor coming into the front doors of us and just trying to showcase that he's going to mean business this time. But it's years later, so I'm assuming Ragnarok happened already. And because 3 summers means 3 years, technically, in my mind. And so that means Ragnarok happened. We're back to the original year of when we started the game, I'm guessing. And we're now going to start fighting Thor and Odin, probably, eventually. And Freya. So there'd be like 3 free bosses right there, right off the bat, I bet. On top of those 3 bosses, it's like probably another additional few bosses that might be in the Nordic legends, like Loki himself, or Hela, actually, because we haven't really gone through Helheim the way we think, because we know we have more characters in Helheim that is concerning, and I know that Loki and Hela aren't used in this game so far, it seems like. And additionally, all the other, like, lore pieces that had, like, different characters, we haven't really met them in person, so potentially they're still alive, but they're just a little bit too invested in their own matters that they wouldn't be able to be showing up. But maybe they might reuse some of them for boss fights or mini boss fights or something like that. Maybe we might see it. We don't know. We may never know until the next game. And I feel like the next game should be the very last of this Kratos era, because I think that there's not too much left for Kratos to run for or fight against, unless they take it to Egypt. That would be funny, but I don't think that would be good, though. I think that's not a good idea, though, because a lot of the games so far has been all in the nature forests area and stuff like that, so it's pointless to put them into kind of a different realm of gods to fight and kill and stuff like that. And it makes no sense to put Kratos into that spot again and again and again, because it's already enough, I feel like, for him to go through. yeah, it's just so much things to this game, and I do definitely recommend this game to anybody who hasn't played it yet, or who has a PS4 and they're looking for the next PS4 game they want to play. God of War is definitely it. I see some people who've played other games on the PS4 and haven't gotten to this game. I think a lot of people stray away from this because of how violent it could be, which is fine. I understand that people are not fans of violence and stuff like that, or people aren't like big fan of like seeing the gruesomeness of axe chopping. But I mean, this is the one must play game. I feel like if it was that big of a deal in 2018, like it's such a big deal that all the GDC schedules were talks from the developers of this game, and then there were like award shows. All of them named this game Game of the Year for 2018. Like literally, you can't avoid this. If you avoid this, literally jump to GameStop or go to Amazon or Best Buy or wherever store you purchase from, buy God of War and play this goddamn freaking game. I'm serious. People gotta try it at least, because this game, I feel like this game escapes a lot of people's like thumbs and stuff like that. Like it escapes a lot of people hands because they don't realize that this game is actually a good game, and people play other games that are well known and played by a lot of other people. I know God of War is played by a lot of people too, but I think it's not enough compared to people who played like The Last of Us. Like I mean, The Last of Us is great too as well, but I'm saying like this should be amongst that kind of rank of games that the people should play. Like it should be among the stars with those people. But of course, given more years, people will probably jump onto this bandwagon of getting into Kratos' storyline and just kind of getting to know a bit more of this game better, I bet. But I'm looking forward to whatever's next, of course, ultimately, at the end of it. What else is there? There's got to be more to this that I want to talk about. Yeah, the challenges were really crazy. I think that the hardest ones I hate. Like, it's the reason why I say I hate it is because it's something that I really... I don't know, it's just my brain can't wrap around the idea of how to beat it better. Like, the Valkyrie's the one that I really dislike. I love the fact that they have story. I love the fact that they have challenge. But some of them are just so freaking annoying. I'm sorry, it's just so freaking annoying at some points in time. The Valkyrie was just, like, to the point where I'm just, like, want to stab my eye out. Not literally, but, like, metaphorically. Like, I really just wish that would have been easier or a lot less cheaper. Like, they seem to just land down when you're doing your little special, but it's like, I got no choice but to... I can't stop my special when I use it. Like, literally. Like, it slams down when I need it to do the thing I want to do. Like, I really want to get out of this predicament, but I can't. It's like, what can I do better? It's like, I can't. But ultimately, I feel like we'll probably beat it, I think, eventually, but it will either be on stream or off stream when I get the time to play this game again on my own. Because I'll probably really technically try to finish this game overall, because I'm a collectible kind of guy. I like to complete some stuff a lot more than anything. So yeah, and I'm sorry if I try to hold off on like finishing the game throughout the last stream and a little bit of the earlier parts of the stream, but that's because I wanted to actually be well prepared for whatever's up ahead, which is basically Baldur's fight probably. I guess I was expecting to fight Thor or fight like somebody strong after Baldur, but I guess it ended off pretty shortly, which is kind of, I guess the ending is not super climactic though. I feel like it's climactic in a way that's calming, but it's not climactic in a way that's action packed as it did with other games of God of War, I feel like. And that's probably what's the problem with it in this game, is that they make sure to pocket it the energy of action and adrenaline in one part, and then they make sure to pace it out properly where it doesn't force the player to be so drained of energy trying to finish this game at the end of it. But ultimately, I feel like that's the case of what's happening. If the game would have put Valkyries as one of the biggest reasons why we're fighting this stuff, it would have been cooler, I think, because it showed that the challenge was important, I think, to make the game more interesting. But I mean, whatever, I guess. At least the Valkyries are the side up activity and stuff like that. And I didn't expect the Muspelheim and the Niflheim to be the realms that we had to visit to kind of get more side activities done, which is really cool that they kept those side stuff as an activity for us to keep us going for more content in this game, because I thought that there would be no more content after the game was done, but seems like I was wrong. There was a lot more content than necessary, and this game could have kept going for a player like me who's like very bad at like these kind of games where I'm just like sometimes I'm not good at timing. Sometimes I'm not good at reading moves and patterns of an enemy's attack. I'm not like the kind of guy who can read those kind of things face front. I would read them after many, many attempts to realize that I can actually beat them if I could read their moves much more later. Sorry, I had to... Okay, I saw something that I didn't want to see. Okay, sorry. I just wanted to check something on my phone. But ultimately, I wanted to say, yeah, that would be... Yeah, that's mostly what it is. Like, what I think overall, of this game is that this game is definitely recommending. I will recommend this game for sure. And... what else is there? And like the mechanics is so complex. It's not complex to the point where people are overwhelmed, at least I would say. It slowly overwhelms the player, slowly. Not by a lot, but just slowly gets there. But I'm glad I upgraded everything, of course, and I did all the favors. I did all the side activity stuff that there were, like, not all, I mean a lot of them. I did a lot of the side activity stuff and got through most of them already. So that's really fantastic of it. Alright, so I'm going to do this a little ahead for anybody who's watching this on video format, that is. So if I ever end up exporting this game to, or exporting this video to YouTube, of course in the description box I'll probably put a link to the game itself for the PSN version and maybe even the physical copy, I guess. I'll put 2 different links for sure. For those who want to buy this game for themselves after watching me play. Again, recommend some people who actually haven't played this game to buy this game and try it out for themselves. It's much more difficult than you anticipated. Some people watching might be like, oh, it's probably easy. But in actuality, it's not really that easy sometimes. Sometimes. I'm not saying all the time. Ultimately, I just think that... ultimately, I just feel like this game just... doesn't need much more. Like, there's not a lot of bad things to say about this game. It's just a few things that are just kind of flawed a little bit, but not by much. If I was to work for somebody in the gaming news section, and our rating system is like out of 10, I would give this a 9 out of 10 for sure. Not a masterpiece, but it's almost there. It just needs a little bit of polishing a bit more on some of the mechanic stuff or the system stuff, like maybe a reduction to health or increasing of damage probably, or strength or something. I feel like there could have been some number crunchings that could probably make the game easier, slightly easier, just a little bit would have been a bit more, much more better. But at the same time, I think that it might reduce the challenge by slight if they ever come down to polishing it to the numbers, like the confinement of the numbers. What else is there? I think that's it. Yeah, that's all I can say about this game. And back to the YouTube thing. I'll put the links down below there. And then, of course, will I do another God of War game later on? Yes, I am actually planning on playing more God of War in the future. I have to actually go back to old school God of War soon. I do have the first 2 God of War games on my PS3, which is the weird part. But I need to buy a tool or not a tool, an equipment. I need to buy an equipment for myself to convert the AV cables, like the audio video cables of the old school stuff, the red, yellow, white cables, to HDMI, so that I can not stream it but record it, or maybe stream it. I don't know yet. And then I can run it on the newer Elgato, and then it could just be played on here, so that I can play the first 2 God of Wars, because the 2 God of Wars aren't on PS4. And you can emulate it, but it's not... I don't like emulating as much, because sometimes I might have to mess with some of the settings that might not work out for me. Unless it's games that are hard to find, then I'll probably emulate it in general, because I got no choice. Or that it's too expensive to buy, pretty much, at that point. But that's dependent on the thing. I do want to go back to old God of War, because I don't know too much about Kratos back then. And I don't remember too much of what he's done in the past. I only know about the Zeus scene where Zeus beats or Kratos beats Zeus up to a pulp, and you get to decide how you beat him up. To Kratos fighting Athena, Kratos fighting Ares. I think he fought Medusa at one point, I can't remember. And then fighting Hades as well, I think. Like, Kratos killed a bunch of Greek gods, literally a lot of them. And I don't know if there's any more Greek Greek gods in that world anymore. Like there's probably like 1 or 2 gods around still managing to pull the Greek gods to whatever they're doing over there in the Kratos world. But overall, I don't know what happened to the Greek gods, so I really want to go back in time to play those ones. I have yet to get God of War 3, and I know God of War 3 has a remastered version on the PS4, so I might pick that up. And I know that there's Ghosts of Sparta and some other one. There was Ghosts of Sparta and something else on top of it that I still need to pick up as well. There's 3 more games, and last but not least, God of War Ascension. That's another one that's also missing from my library of things. I know Ascension wasn't the best though. People were like very disappointed with the. Or actually, I might be wrong, but from what I'm hearing is Ascension wasn't the best, and the popularity of it was like dwindling with Kratos in that point of the game, I think. But ultimately, I do want to still visit that game and see what that was all about still. Yeah, so and Ascension is on the PS3 as well, so that's gonna be another one I need to get from there. But yeah, I wish to go back to some old God of War so I can like get to see everything and experience everything and see how everything came up to be the way it is now at this point. Man, the Sony stuff is still going. Jesus. I mean, I don't hate that they give the credits to Sony's studios and stuff like that, but I do wish that they had some way to occupy our times rather than forcing us to see the whole thing like this. I don't know. I just feel like it could be better than this a little bit. Like maybe have like pictures running on the side or something like Kingdom Hearts does. Or a little footage of you fighting or something. Like they recorded a specific moment of the game for you to just watch what you did and what you did wrong and stuff like that. But there's a little bit of coding of that matter in there, but that would be just like harsh a little bit. Wait. What? Oh, I see. I'm confused by the creative design events video thing. That thing kind of looked out of place for some reason for me. I was just like, wait, what? I was like, oh, it's a part of the vice president thing. It's like, oh, okay. But yeah, ultimately, I will go back to the old God of War. When? I don't know yet. But I know the why I want to go back to the old one still. So we'll see about that then and there. Any other PlayStation games I want to play are technically on my PS4. Like if anybody actually sees my PS4 menus, there's going to be a lot. There's like a lot of games like lined up in a row. Most of them are the ones I really want to play. There's a reason why I buy them. I want to play them eventually, but I just haven't gone across because of time. In fact, I'm going to speak about this a little earlier ahead, and I'll probably reiterate myself again at the end of the stream. But basically, I want to No. I'm trying to think. I want to think this a little bit more clearly. Sorry, I made a mistake by saying I want to. My thoughts of the rest of the summer. No. Sorry, I'm trying to think. It's hard for me to think of what I want to say. I got 2 more weeks of summer left. Actually, less than 2 weeks at this point. I got like a few more days and then a whole week left before I go back to school, basically. I won't be coming back home until the winter time. And I will be making a Roz vlog about this, and the Roz vlog usually will facilitate the stuff that says, hey, I'm gone for so-and-so reasons, and stuff like that, and I'll talk about informations and stuff like that, and I update my channel, basically, for my YouTube channel. Twitch doesn't have that for me, so if anybody's watching it on Twitch, they would have to watch my VOD to see what's up, to seeing why I disappear. But at the same time, I wish there was an easier way. Like, I can upload a video here and say I'm gone for a little bit, but it doesn't make sense because YouTube or Twitch doesn't, like, put it right in front of your face. So that's the hard part, too, because you don't have, like, a pinned video and says, hey, I'm going to do something here. Like, there's no way that this is going to happen for me. So it's really hard for me to really, like, actually figure that out for myself. So I'm really hoping that there could have been a way to do that, but I don't have that, so I really won't be able to do anything to say that I'm gone for the rest of the fall or rest of this year almost, because I'm going to be disappearing to school. So, yeah. This is my second to last stream, obviously. Tomorrow will be my final stream before I go off in the summer, obviously. Tomorrow will be Quantum Break, and I'm going to try to finish up Quantum Break tomorrow so that I can be prepared for whatever reasons for the... So I can be prepared for whatever reasons for the rest of the summer so that I can go off without having to think about streaming before leaving. Like, I mean, like, if I stream, I want to make sure that I have enough time to finish up the rest of the things I want to do for the fall, because I know that there's stuff on my YouTube channel that I want to finish up and continue so that I can push them into the fall and then say, like, there's enough content to cover the whole 16 weeks that I'm going to be gone. Like, that's exactly how long I'll be gone, 16 weeks in total. And I want to make sure that I covered enough time before I'm gone or as I'm going. So I want to make sure that would be the case. And this is one of the last few streams. But I'm looking forward to the last stream, which is tomorrow. So I don't know what I'm going to be planning on tomorrow. My hope is to finish up Quantum Break at the very least. My hope is to finish up Quantum Break at the very least tomorrow. If I finish Quantum Break very early on, or early on in general, I'll probably end the stream there and just say, like, I'm done. That's it for my streams or something like that. And I'm moving on to school stuff that I had to deal with, and also doing the last bits of YouTube stuff that I wanted to finish up before I leave, and do my own things kind of thing. So yeah, hopefully we'll get done with Quantum Break tomorrow. Today I want to also, like, try to finish up a little bit of the I want to finish up a little bit of more of God of War before I actually call it for this game in general, for the stream and for the channel itself. Because the hard part of it is not because I end the story only, but because there's a bit of content that I still haven't finished, and I do want to try to at least beat the Valkyrie stuff. But the Valkyrie stuff is, like, it's really rough. The last Valkyrie is really rough. What else is there? And then there's Niflheim that I had to do. It's really rough because I don't know where the hell the Anchor of the Mist would be at. Same goes for the Muspelheim. Has, like, the last few final trials that I have to run through. Not a big fan of the trial running, but I guess we'll have to go through it, I guess. Oh my god, more! Now it's the European side. When did I thought the European was done. So they started off with Worldwide, then Japan, I think. And then it was something else, and then now it's Europe. Jesus, that's a lot of people. Yep, there's more European stuff. Yep. I get it. Alright, well, I mean, I'm going to let this run for a little bit longer until then. But I'm going to go into the lunch break very soon here. I don't know when exactly I'm going to... Oh, there's Japan. Never mind. Japan came in a little late. Excuse me. I haven't stretched in a while. I'm just going to wait a little bit longer until then. I don't know if I can skip or not, because some games actually don't allow you to skip because they want to make sure that the credits do run through the, they want to make sure the credits do run through the whole thing. Okay, sorry, I'm just checking some stuff. But yeah, overall, I'm looking forward to whatever's coming after this. I don't know what's going to happen, though. So is it going to spawn me back to the home and then let me run free to doing my last few things, I'm guessing? Maybe? Is there going to be a secret ending? Ooh, that's going to hurt me. That's going to hurt me. It's going to hurt me. Like, it's like, oh, secret ending will come if you beat out all the Valkyries, finish all the favors, finish up all the, like, remaining side stuff that might be available for me. Oh, man, that would be so freaking bad for me. I'd be, like, hurting myself trying to get it all done and stuff like that, wrapped up nicely if there's a secret ending, but I highly doubt I can do it. Highly doubt it. Lua, JSON, I know of those programming languages, I guess I would call it. Zlib. Interesting. Compression library. Nice. Alright, so we're off to wherever the game ends it to. My assumption is a loading screen right after this whole thing is over. I like how the ending is also, like, the credits line is like a movie credits line, almost. It's really cool. Present day.
Atreus, are you ready?
Yeah, but I had the weirdest dream. Fimbulwinter was ending, and Thor came for us. Here at the house.
It was only a dream.
But it felt different. It felt real. It felt like the future.
Then we will worry about it tomorrow. Today,
Oh.
there are still things we can do. Come.
Wait, he said it was a dream, but I swear, I kid you not, it's not a dream, I bet. It is probably a dream for the future, obviously, but honestly, I don't know yet. Jotunheim, highest peak. Yep, we'll save over that for now. Wait, I shouldn't have saved over that. Whatever, I don't care anymore. I'm already done with the game anyways, in a general sense. In a certain general sense, I guess, I would say. Did I power up everything here as well for him? For him? For Herm. I don't know what I say Herm for. I wonder if I can use my XP for something else, because my XP is really abundant now at this point. There's so much abundance of XP that I don't have anything to spend it on. I have nothing to spend it on anymore. I just wish you could use it on like other things, like Hacksover or something, like gain some Hacksovers out of this, but there's none. Whatever, I guess. Alright, I'm gonna call it up for lunch break. I'm gonna call it for a lunch break for now. We're not done with this game overall, because we have a bit more things to do left before we go back to, or before we call it an end for the stream. I still have yet to fight the Valkyries though, so we got one Valkyrie thing to do. We got the Muspelheim stuff to do. I'm not gonna go anywhere for collectibles like Odin's Ravens, but although I could try to do it, it's just a little bit annoying. There's like a little bit less than halfway to go for this one, which is annoying, but this seems the case. That seems to be the case for this thing overall. So yeah, overall, I'm gonna do maybe one or two more, let's say 1.5 hour or something like that of the stream left. The next part of the stream will be the last part of the stream. I'll probably end it a little bit early than usual, so it'll probably be like an hour earlier than usual. So probably at 3:45 or something like that, maybe 4 o'clock. I'll end the stream because I don't have any more to do outside of the beat the Valkyrie, outside of the Muspelheim and the Niflheim stuff, and purchasing the upgrades for my armor. Other than that, I don't have anything more. Like, I actually have nothing else to do beyond that, beyond those 3 activities, and closing out the Realm Tear for the Niflheim, but that's basically the same thing as earlier. Or maybe even looking for yeah, the main story's done. Yeah, there's only one favor left. There's a bunch of labors left to do, but that's besides the point, I feel like. And then there's the treasure maps, which I forgot to do. There's 4 of them. I don't even know where some of these are at still. Or that I probably passed them by, but don't remember where to go from there. And then we got a bunch of these things to do. Artifacts. I only finished like 2 so far, it looks like, so that's hilarious. But other than that, that's it for me in this part for now. Or that's it for me in this chunk of the stream. But I will be going into lunch break, and I'll be back in about 15 to 30 minutes. It's my usual lunch break as usual. And then when we come back, we'll do 1.5 hours or something like that. And that'll be the end of the stream, and that'll be the end of God of War in general for my run of the game. If I don't manage to finish the Valkyrie in time, then that'll be that, I guess. Or if we don't have enough time to finish up the Muspelheim or Niflheim, which I guarantee I won't be able to finish those 2 anyways, then that'll be that, I guess, for this game, because I don't think I can continue forwards, because I want to spend time finishing up other stuff at the meantime. So yeah, so I'll be on a break, and I'll be back in about 15 to 30 minutes. Lunchtime for me. This lunchtime might be shorter, depending if I finish my lunch faster, but other than that, enjoy these clips while I'm gone for a little bit.